We go into the Pledge of Allegiance. We will have our invocation. Please stand.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this beautiful day. Thank you for allowing us to assemble ourselves together. Thank you for this council as they make the best decisions possible for the needs of our citizens to help further our city in every positive way. Lord, just thank you for the Easter Sunday that we had yesterday. Lord, just thank you for blessing us, and as always, we love you. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Whale, call roll, please.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Present.
Councilman Washington.
Here.
Pro Tem Hinton.
Here.
Councilwoman Dyke. Here. President Hall.
Here. Item 4 is presentations. We have none on the agenda tonight. Item 5 is approval of the agenda. Is there a member of council that would like to move to approve the agenda as printed?
I move.
That's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Whale.
Councilwoman Bobo.
Yes.
Councilman Washington.
Yes.
Pro Tem Hinton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dyke.
Yes.
President Hall.
Yes. Item 6 is visitors to address the council. We have one resident signed up to speak tonight, Mr. Mark Peters. Mr. Peters, if you will, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and you also have 3 minutes to discuss with council. Thank you.
Thank y'all for allowing me to come tonight. I'm Mark Peters. I reside at 302 Main Avenue, which some people may know as the Maxwell Peters home. We used to have wedding reception there, except the first judge of this town was the third generation, fourth generation. My daughter now is fifth generation home. It's a historic home. I came to do a little griping and a little bit of constructive criticism of tonight. First, I don't know if any of y'all remember the initiative in about 1999 to put the lamp post in and all the bricks and beautification downtown, Carl Allen's and some of the friends of downtown Northport were the initiators of that. The idea, I had a call one day at Houston where we just sold our property for the flood control area, and it's $5,000 lamp post to offset some of the costs. And so our family lamp post is the one that's busted up. It's sat that way for years. I do know how to get casting done, and we've retrieved the busted up casting, and I'm gonna get an estimate from the city. Just moved ahead on that, just to let y'all know that I think it's in good hands. But the gripe was that we were able to take the initiative and go all the way across the bridge, and tell people what to do their half. I don't know if you knew this, the city at that time, a good friend of mine, the city administrator, we paid to put them all the way over the other side of the road. The other side of Mill River, they weren't put there by Tuscaloosa like they had planned. They put there in Northport. Yeah, we couldn't go down there and fix the ones right in the middle of Main Avenue. That's a little bit of a gripe about somebody taking initiative and maybe don't know how to get it fixed, go find somebody that can. Just in years. But I think it's gonna surprise you as to how level it's gonna be, because I've had some serious casting done around my house. The second thing has to do with not watching Tuscaloosa and all of the mistakes they made about using underground radar and finding everything that was underground before they started digging on Merlene. And then the delay of about 9 months right in front of our house. That didn't bother me, except that I know I talked to Ron Davis about this, and I think he tried to take some action with the utility companies. Maybe we've got a little stronger on it. But who really got hurt in all that was my $1,100 damage to my car right on First Street. And who had to pay for that, I guess legally by care custody control, was the contractor. Good contractor. I got sealed out there, got to work with it. I'm a contractor. I built natural gas plants all over the oil and gas industry. And moved a lot of iron for a lot of serious industrial concrete. And what they did was a good job. And you need good contractors. And it probably cost them a lot of money getting the latest ones it did. And then they just had to come off the hip and pay me, to get the damage fixed. And probably on the front end convince them stronger initiative to work with that contractor. because they're out there making things happen for us too. You know, they're not, you know, where you such utilities look at, I mean, municipalities look at. The, other thing I'm gonna need some help on, I've been going off and on, I've been on this with Ron, I've got a claim in that was denied because I had a claim approved, I had a leak at our water meter when I restored the home. As a result of when it was done, there was a leak right at the meter, and so I got some claim approved. This is back maybe a year ago. So because of that, the most recent claim, where I've had enough water charges on me to fill up my 2.5 foot crawl space under my house, which is about 3,800 square feet. Or it would fill the upstairs enough to cave in the entire upstairs at 2.5 feet. So all this was in the claim. Ron finally looked at it and says, what's going on here? So we had a test of the meter, and I agreed that month was probably a flat relate where, my historical data says water and sewer is $52 a month. I'm about through in 3 minutes. $52 a month. I'm getting $100 a month, $150 a month. And so it just came in today, and it's $80 more. So this claim is before, is being resubmitted. Ron and I went over it, he said resubmit it, send it today. If anybody has any questions, let me know. The claim has a lot of hard data, and how big is this, how did this be? But I was out the other day because I was doing some small valve replacement at home, so I was shutting off at the meter because my valve in the house, sometimes it sticks, gets some trash under it. So I was out there, that meter valve will not shut off. It sits there and spins, and I have never seen, I think there's something wrong with the meter. There's a new meter that was put in when we had this claim. We had an old manual meter. This is electronic transfer, I believe. And since then, we've been having this craziness. I think we should get out there and replace the meter. And when you calibrate the meter, you calibrate it. If you don't have a valve, and over here in the spigot, if you will, to hard calibrate it, you don't know if it's really working. But I've shut it off hard, it still be, you know, spinning. And I go to the house, I can look for a leak. Only 2 people live there. I know it took more than 3 minutes. I appreciate y'all listening. Anybody have any questions or?
Mr. Peters, I was making notes while you were talking. So number 1, you were talking about the lamppost in downtown, and you would like to see staff take a little bit more initiative in regards to the upkeep in that area. Number 2, you were talking about the main avenue streetscape project in terms of the utility company. That did take a little while in digging up various lines there, and then the contractor had to pay for the damage to your car. You would like to see a little bit more stronger initiative from staff in overseeing that. So that's one thing that we'll get with legal on as well. And then number 3, water bill claim. You had said that you had a previous water bill claim about a year or so ago.
Right.
And due to you're limited due to our code provisions, because of the short time frame in between the 2 claims, and you just want that to be looked at, which I think you talked to Mr. Davis, and we'll look at the meter, and then also the claims committee, which is made up by staff, not the council or the mayor. The claims committee.
Well, I wasn't sure about that, but if I could revisit that with someone, actually with wording, if there's a committee elsewhere that I can meet with, I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Because I think even within the code, there's some, you know, even in the spirit of the code, I will say this. Next time we're doing a job like that, I'd so be glad to sit down and talk with anybody. Y'all don't really know the miles that I've walked in doing chemical engineering and building some heavy iron and using, I've had to pour concrete 6 feet deep because of the -20 chill factor.
Yes, sir.
And so some of these things I just put out there, like this lamp post, I offer my services to the city, you know, like I say, I'm 5th generation here.
But we appreciate that, and we appreciate you coming tonight and addressing these concerns, and staff will
My
be with you.
door's open, my phone's available.
Yes, sir.
And I might be able to offer some things with, you know, from an engineering construction standpoint. mark I made in the natural gas industry is what I did with the house down there, if it makes sense, is rebuilding, looking at rebuilding is what to think for. Just throw that out here. Susan.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you again for coming. We'll make sure staff is in touch with you, okay?
I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you. Under unfinished business, 7A1 is the second reading of a permanent resolution to allow alteration of a median at Colony Trace. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President, this is ready to be voted on. This will align the median opening with the subdivision. Divided property, and the cost will be borne by the developer.
Okay. I do want to preface this by saying that this is Colony Trace, which is the back entrance to Clear Creek neighborhood. I, along with the petitioner of this, have met with the HOA president there, and while the HOA has not come out and blessed this themselves, the HOA president said he did not see any issues with this permanent resolution for this alteration of a median at Colony Trace. So did want to put that on record, and we have talked with the petitioner as well in regards to the median access and alteration of leaving the current one opening and putting a new one in as well that we're going to be looking at. But according to everything that's in the resolution, it doesn't look like that's going to have any bearing to what we do tonight. So with that being said, I will move to adopt the permanent resolution allowing the alteration of the median at Colony Trace, and that's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Dykes. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Councilwoman Bobo?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Pro Tem Hinton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes?
Yes.
President Hogg?
Yes. 8B1 is a resolution appointing a member to the Ability Alliance of West Alabama Board. Ms. Webb.
Yes, sir. We have had a request from Ability Alliance of West Alabama to make a new appointment to the board. Ms. April Stevens resigned recently as she has relocated out of state, and the board has suggested that we approve Carrie Turner as a new board member, and this comes with favorable recommendation out of admin committee today.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to approve the resolution appointing Ms. Carrie Turner to the Ability Alliance of West Alabama Board with Ms. Turner's term expiring in March 2024? So moved. That's a motion by Councilman Hinton. Is there a second? Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Councilwoman Bobo?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Pro Tem Hinton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes?
Yes.
President Hogg?
Yes. 8B2 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to maintain the annual contract with Vertiv Services. Chief Burton.
Yes, sir. This is the annual contract for the backup batteries for the Motorola radio system that we use. I think it was a budgeted 2022 item of $4,610.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution? That's a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Councilwoman Bobo?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Pro Tem Hinton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes?
Yes.
President Hogg?
Yes. AB3 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to maintain the annual contract with Motorola Solutions. Chief Burton.
Yes, sir. This is our annual contract with Motorola. It's also a budgeted item,
Okay.
and it's in the amount of $165,753.
Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
Oh.
That is a motion by Councilman Washington, a second by Councilman Hinton. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Councilwoman Bobo?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Pro Tem Hinton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes?
Yes.
President Hogg?
Yes. AB4 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a cooperative maintenance agreement with ALDOT for the maintenance of the right-of-way along portions Alabama 13 and Alabama 6 for the 2022 year. Ms. Starnes.
Yes, Mr. President, this is a yearly maintenance agreement with ALDOT for maintenance of the right-of-ways.
This is Highway 43, Highway 82, and some of Lurling Wallace from the southern city limits to the intersection of 69 and 82.
And I do have to say that even though the cooperative agreement specifies a time, I know that your public works crew does more than
Yes,
what
sir.
we are normally required to do, so we do
Correct.
appreciate that. I'll make that motion to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute this cooperative agreement with the Alabama Department of Transportation for the maintenance of the right-of-way along these portions. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Councilwoman Bobo?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Pro Tem Hinton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes?
Yes.
President Hogg?
Yes. 8C is our consent agenda. This ranges from minutes, bill listings, and PO requisitions. Is there a member of council that would like to move to approve the consent agenda as printed? That's a motion by Councilman Hinton. That's a second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Councilwoman Bobo?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Pro Tem Hinton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes?
Yes.
President Hogg?
Yes. Item 9 is reports of special committees of council. If there's a member of council that would like to give an update from their committee. Okay. Item 10 is city administrator's business. Ms. Webb.
Yes, sir. I have one item tonight. I want to remind our community that we are hosting an event on April the 30th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and it is Northport's Deep Dive into Summer. It's the kickoff of the Public Library's reading program. We'll have 6 separate events throughout the summer here at City Hall. On April the 30th, we will be featuring about 15 different trucks and apparatuses that our children can explore and ask questions about, as well as go diving for or searching for treasure in our sandbox that'll be here. We'll have a tiki hut with snow cones that are free, cotton candy that is free, and we'll have Harrison Construction that'll be cooking about 1,000 hot dogs for our children and families that want to come out. It's a free event. We'll be featuring 20 or so vendors inside City Hall that are offering services to children and adults alike here in Northport, and we hope everyone is able to attend.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The event here on April 30th, I do want to remind everyone that came to the Christmas event that we hosted. It was well received, and I think this event also will be well received in the public. So please make sure you're out telling everyone about this event, encouraging people to come. Make sure the kids know it's going to be a fun day for everyone. So thank you, Ms. Webb, for pointing that out. Item 11 is departmental business. We have 2 tonight under the police department. Number 1 is the Los Tarascos Investments Northport LLC for an ABC license. Chief Burton.
Yes, sir. We have the license here from Los Tarascos. I believe it's the new building here on 43 North. We've never had an issue with Los Tarascos.
Yes, sir. By this, since it's a ABC license, we do have to open the floor for a public hearing. So I will open the floor for a public hearing. The floor is open. If there is a member that would like to come and speak for or against this agenda item, please do so. Seeing none, we will close the floor for the public hearing. And I do want to say, I know the building is getting very close. It's getting ready to open. Do we have a date yet?
Hopefully next Monday,
Hopefully next Monday.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're all gonna be looking forward to that. I will make the motion to approve the ABC license for Los Tarascos here in Northport, and wish them much success on their grand opening next Monday, hopefully. That's in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Councilwoman Bobo?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Pro Tem Hinton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes?
Yes.
And President Hogg?
Yes. Also, item 11, we have A2 is Alabama 2 Management LLC doing business as Northport Food Mart, ABC license request as well. Chief Burton.
Yes, sir. We have an application from Alabama 2 Management at 13518 Highway 43 North. We believe that's the old Mapco location. We do not have an issue with this license.
Okay. Following the same procedures here, this is an agenda item that opens for a public hearing, so I will open the floor for a public hearing. If there is a member in the audience that would like to come and speak for or against this agenda item, please do so. Seeing none, we will close the floor for the public hearing. Is there a member of council that would like to move to approve the ABC license for Alabama 2 Management LLC doing business as Northport Food Mart? That's the motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second? Second by Councilwoman Dykes. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Councilwoman Bobo?
Yes.
Councilman Washington?
Yes.
Pro Tem Hinton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dykes?
Yes.
And President Hogg.
Yes. Item 12 is mayor and council members' business. We will start tonight with District 1. Councilwoman Bobo.
I have no new business to discuss.
Okay. District 2, Councilman Washington. District 3, Pro Tem Hinton.
None tonight.
District 4, Councilwoman Dykes. Okay, and under District 5, I do want to let everyone know that this past week on social media, I have issued a challenge to all of the council members here in regards to Earth Day that's coming up on the 22nd, which is Friday of this week, to promote our free recycling program and trying to see how many new participants we can get to our recycling program. And we did this last year, and it was a very good event that we did. It was just for a little bit of pride. Councilman Washington, he thought he was going to edge me out, but I think he was just one shy. So he told me he's gunning for me this year on this. So if you're in District 5, I just want to point out to register to get your bins. Public Works will drop those off on Thursday, and they will pick up on your normal, regularly scheduled garbage and trash pickup day. So all the districts are involved with this, and we look forward to a friendly competition and see more people utilize this service. So just wanted to point that out. It will end this Friday, which is Earth Day.
President Hogg,
Yes.
I have a question. I've been speaking with our Public Works Director, and she's agreed to assist me in challenging you to a foot race because I have fewer residents in my district than you do. There is no way that this would be fair unless we threw some extra credentials in there to meet.
Alabama law says that all districts are the same with in regards to residents, and that's how the property.
We're going to put the truck
lines are
outside
drawn.
and race the length of it. That's my challenge for you.
I've never met a challenge I wouldn't take, so I'm on that.
President, I've
Yes,
been
sir.
out of town, out of the country actually, and
Here comes the excuses.
this notice came mighty late, and
Thank
I
you.
haven't not even gotten it out yet to my constituents in District 3. And I'm sure we'd win, but when we don't have as much time as your people do to register,
You want to do the foot race with us?
Councilman Hinton did tell me earlier I need to get a bicycle, so. No, I think this is a good, friendly competition that everyone will enjoy. So, yes, we will proceed further, and I will be glad to take any challenges that the rest of the council will try to impose on me as well. So, with that being said, we have one other item tonight, and that is the State of the City presentation from Mayor Herndon. So, Mayor Herndon, the floor is all yours.
I'm going to stand right here tonight to give this, and I am very honored to be the mayor of the great city of Northport. And it makes it easy to give outstanding reports. And the reason, or I guess one of the main reasons we have outstanding reports I'm going to give tonight is because of the people sitting behind me, sitting out here in the audience, employees of the great city of Northport. And I would like for all of you to stand. If you're an employee of the city of Northport, I want you to stand up. Let's go. Let's give them a good hand. I know the council gets to vote. I get to smile for the camera. These folks here are the ones that do the hard work, and they're the reason for the report that I'm giving tonight. See our new logo up there? It says Northport. It says "Find Your True North." I think it's awesome. Your true north could be anything that you want it to be. It could be where you want to live, where you want to shop, where you want to work, where you want to send your kids to school, where you want to go to church. It can be anything that you want it to be. But we want Northport to be the preferred city anywhere. I work in cities all across the country. And even somebody asked me one time, said, "What made you run for mayor in Northport?" It's because I'd be working in other cities, and the mayors and the council people would come out to me. I'd be bringing in some kind of shopping development, and they'd be so excited. "Thank you for doing this. Thank you for bringing this business in here. Why don't you move here? Why don't you bring your family here? Why don't you go to church here? Why don't you go to school here? Come live with us." And then I'd come to Northport, and there was no excitement. But there is plenty of excitement in Northport, Alabama, right now. I'm not very mechanical. New leadership, a new direction. We've got about a year and a half under the belt for most of these council people. Councilman Hogg been here, it's his, I guess, 5.5 years now. Dr. John's been here 3.5 or 4 years now. Been doing a great job. And the thing about it, we've got a 5-year term this time, so we still got about 3.5 years to go in a 5-year term. So it's going to be a lot of great things happening in the next 3.5 years. Our city administrator, Glenda Webb, can't say enough about her. You know, she worked for the city across the river for many years, and saw that she wanted to be part of us here. And we appreciate all her hard work and her leadership. Our city engineer, Tara Tubbs, has been here about 11 months. Just a vast difference in things that are happening around City Hall because of the hard work of not only these two, but the folks behind me and in front of me here too. Of course, you saw the new logo. I just talked about it. And the new look at City Hall. I think this outside of the building looks awesome. Looks very professional. I don't know who chose the color schemes, but it rocks. It does. It's awesome. About our growth of our city. We grew 33% in the last 10 years. 33%. Northport, Alabama is the second fastest growing city in the state of Alabama. We went from being the 21st largest city to the 17th largest city. And with the number of residences, of people moving into our area on the books right now, we've got close to between 800 and 1,000 new lots going to be coming in the next, I'd say, 3 to 4 years. At least 1,000. If you say 4 people a house, that's additional 4,000 people. I fully expect when the 2030 census comes out that Northport, Alabama will be the 14th or 15th largest city in the state. The 2 or 3 are right above us are not growing at the rate we are, but we're going to be, I say we probably won't be the number 1 city in population in the next 10 years, but give us 10 more years after that, we're probably number 1 in the state. I'm just kidding, but anyway. We've got some great things going on. out by Lowe's. Some stuff that Councilman Hogg and retail and people have been working on for some time. The university is relocating its medical and medical teaching facilities out by Lowe's. I think eventually it's going to be like 77,000 square feet of property, of square footage. The first phase is going to have about 15,000 square feet in it. So that's going to be I'm going to say the inaugural campus of the University of Alabama at Northport. We're going to call it UAN, University of Alabama at Northport. Up Highway 69 right now, we've got a 200-acre development. It's going to be a lot of residences, going to be commercial, just a lot of folks wanting to move into and be part of the great city of Northport. We're updating our comprehensive plan. Now, everybody needs a plan to go by. Now, we haven't had a comprehensive plan update. I think we were talking this morning since about 2006. And so it's been a long time coming. So it's be updating our comprehensive plan, our zoning ordinances, and we've contracted out with folks to help us out, or really our staff is looking for requests for proposals to get us going in that direction. I want to talk about safety. Northport, Alabama is classified as one of the safest cities in the state of Alabama and really anywhere. I'm going to attribute that to the great leadership of Chief Burton and Chief Marshall with the fire department. These guys do awesome jobs, and to be classified as a safe city is a very good step in the right direction for us. Because people want to live in a safe city. I want to talk about our financial stability. When I came into office in 2008, of course, Ron was here. The night we got sworn in, we were told that we were 3 weeks away from bankruptcy, 2008. Well, our council at that time went after and got our first ever bond rating. And from that time on, the councils have been building on it. From 2008 to 12, and then 12 to 16, and then the 4 years I was on vacation in between, the council did things to help even make us more financially secure, like the 1 cent sales tax that they voted on and got approved, the extension to help fund things. We adopted a $37 million general fund budget. We adopted a $10 million water and sewer fund budget, and everything's adopted in a timely manner. We adopted an almost $8 million capital budget. One thing's really impressive to me is we retain reserves in about 12% of our budgets we have in reserve, and they're ever increasing. I talked a minute ago, I guess I cut the thing off. Oh well, I talked a minute ago about the 1 cent sales tax that Councilman Hogg and Councilman Hinton were on. There we go. The Northport First Funds. Call them, put them into buckets. We've got responsible economic and community enhancement and enjoyment. And these buckets get filled pretty regularly. And in fact, we've been using money out of these reserves or out of these buckets to do different things like paving projects, paying cash for paving projects. There are some things I know Councilman Hogg and his team are working on as far as quality of life products that we can help fund out of these buckets. And those are going to be coming hopefully very soon. When we first got our bond rating in I think 09 or 2010, I can't remember, it started off as an A-. And since that time, it has gradually increased, and now it's up to a AA, which is good, which is very good. I want to thank our auditors, LaCroix and Richardson, for their hard work. I want to thank Glenda, the financial department staff, for their hard work. The audit came back, was awesome. Sometimes the auditors would go and they will critique you and criticize you, and they'll have remarks and things about what you need to do to improve. Sometimes the list will be long. I've been part of councils where the list was very long. But this time, Jeff, how many remarks was there on there? As far as things we need to improve on? None. Well, there were no comments. There were no comments on it. Yeah, there was always room for improvement, but there was no comments from the auditors about how we needed to improve. But good report. Just talked about the audit was completed in a timely manner. That hadn't always been the case, but we got some good auditors, and they've been working on things. Infrastructure. Currently, we got $38 million in infrastructure projects either going on or in the works. That's including $1.2 million in resurfacing, $1.3 million in flood repair projects, paving projects like Charlie Shirley Road from 43 to 69, the whole Charlie Shirley Road, working on it. Watermelon Road, we're going to repave it from Highway 82 all the way to Sokol Park. Got Main Avenue improvements, starting from downtown Northport all the way up to Highway 82. You're talking about sidewalks and curb and gutter. It's awesome. But all these are in the plans and in the works. We're currently managing $16 million in water and sewer projects. As much as we're growing, we've really got to branch out. We've got to be able to provide these new customers with water and sewer service. Our staff is working hard on doing that, and it's going to happen. We stuff here. We've engaged the services of a grant consultant. These folks go after us. They're going to go after grants for us to help make the city dollars go a lot further than what they do. So we're working hard to get more funds in so we can expand further. It's good stuff going on. Quality of life. We recently purchased 151 acres on Rose Boulevard for recreational purposes. We completed the Northern Pedestrian Plan, which is walking trails, bike paths from along Tierce Patton Road, Mid-Larry Road, from Forest Glen, Glencrest, all the way around to Tuscaloosa County High School. So that's in the planning stages. Southern Pedestrian Plan is now getting underway. We want to do the same thing on the southern part of the city as we're going to be doing on the northern part of the city. We're going after funding from the Metropolitan Planning Organization, and it's looking good. The improvements to 12th Street Park near Hassan Center is underway, down in Councilman Washington's district. The Water Park and Sports Complex feasibility study has been completed. We're working on that. We've got some master planning going on, but the quality of life products that we want to offer to our citizens, we want them to be first class. They're going to be first class, and hopefully they're coming soon. Last thing I want to talk about, and I hope I haven't bored you to tears. This is something very, very dear to my heart. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a proponent for Northport having its own school system. We'll never be the city that we can be until we do. But we've got a contract. The Criterion Company, they're helping out with a feasibility study and assessment of what it would take for us to do our school system, like how much debt we would incur, how much money we would need to make this happen. I cut it off again. Let's see. There we go. We contracted with Boardman Carr attorneys. They have much experience in legal matters as far as school separation, as far as giving us advice on what we could, cannot do. So we're working hard on that. We have a great opportunity here, and it might not happen soon, but it's got to happen before too long. You know, right now, we have 3 schools in Councilman Washington and Councilwoman Bobo's district that should have been demolished years ago. We still have students having to go there, some classrooms with no heat, and it's the lower income students, I would say, minorities, that predominantly go to those schools. It is an embarrassment and a disgrace that this has gone on for so long. With all the growth coming on now, we need to be in the planning stages right now for at least 2 brand new elementary schools north of Highway 82. But we should not build them before we take care of the existing schools that need to be rebuilt. People say, well, that's going to cost money. And I'm not going to try to smooth things over. Yes, it's going to cost money. It's going to take the citizens of Northport, if this council decides at some point to move forward, it's going to take the citizens of Northport to buy into it. Right now, Warlock County has a 7A school. There's 32 7A schools in the state of Alabama. And as far as I can research, we are the poorest 7A school in the state. As far as our citizens pay the lowest millage property tax that's allowed. We pay 10 mills of property tax. For example, Shelby County, they pay 30 mills. That's where you get Hoover and Thompson, and plus they got a countywide 1 cent sales tax, and then like in Alabaster, the city council put on an additional 1 cent sales tax for education. But we are one of the poorest funded school systems in the state. I hope that can change. Even if Northport can't start its own school system, the county's going to need more money. Desperate need of money. I know, like at County High, as far as we've been waiting for an auditorium up there for I think 22 years now. Don't have, I guess, a funding mechanism in there for an auditorium. We need schools rebuilt. We need new schools started. My fear is in the next 4 or 5 years we're going to be portable city. There's going to be so many portables at our schools because of the growth that's coming. So anyway, I just want you to keep that in mind. I want you to think about it, and when the time comes, if the council at some point decides that they do want to start a school system, then we need to be prepared to support it. It'll be a community thing. But it's good. Everything's going well in Northport. Once again, thanks for the staff. Thank you for your attention, and God bless the great city of Northport, Alabama.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate your insight on a lot of different things that I know the council is very well aware of, and so is staff, but it's always good to have that information out to the public. A lot of the information that you discussed are things that will be relatively quickly seen by the public that you can't really see at this point, but these things are happening in the background, and everyone's looking forward to seeing the city thrive in this direction that you are referencing here in the State of the City presentation. So once again, thank you for giving us the insight on what all's going on for the public, and appreciate you doing that. With that being said, the last item on the agenda is adjournment. So I will make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? A second by Councilwoman Bobo. All in favor say yes. Yes.
Yes.
All opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you for coming.